So a couple of things about that theme song that you just heard and watched. Have you determined yet that it's 1980? I mean, they keep flashing 1980 within the theme song, so you know it's definitely set in 1980. Also, if you look at the technology, if it looks a lot like the Thunderbirds, it's because this was created by the same gentleman that created the Thunderbirds, Jerry Anderson. He also created Space 1999, but that's a whole different episode. Hello, this is David Hale with TechDiveTV. Welcome to A Day in the Life. Now, I found an old 70s show that I used to watch, a show from the 1970s, that was actually produced in 1969 but was not released until 1970. It's an old science fiction show called UFO. Now, I'm going to show you the different parts of the UFO. The premise of this is that it was made released in 1970, but it was about the future. In this case, 1980. So it shows you all the great technology you're going to have 10 years in the future from 1970. And they got the computers right, I think, but pretty much everything else is wrong. And of course, since it's the future, they treat the females with respect and dignity. Let's take a look.
Take Jean back to the car. I must get this.
So aliens that are advanced enough to come to our planet in UFOs from a totally other planet attack people with machine guns? Really? They don't have ray guns? In 1980? Yeah, 1980. I get it. I think we all get it. Hey, you want to know what futuristic cars they have in 1980? Well, at least imagined from 1970. Let's take a look. Well, there it is, a futuristic 1980s style car.
Good morning.
Miss Eland?
The report.
Thank you. Messages?
Information. Q21 answer negative. Q46 satellite link effective. Q9700. The computer readouts available from today.
Have them put straight through to me, will you?
So that's Commander Straker. He's in charge of Shadow, the supreme headquarters of the Alien Defense Organization. Yeah, it's a pretty strange title, if you ask me. But I didn't understand any of his messages, letters and numbers and things. Huh. I guess they talk like that in the 80s. I guess that's how you know not to enter his office. I mean, you can't be much clearer than do not enter.
Mr. Freeman to see you, sir. All right, Mr. Freeman.
But the girl in reception calls me Alec.
So?
Well, doesn't that inflame you with jealousy?
Ah, a new character, Colonel Alec Freeman. Obviously flirting with that receptionist, secretary, administrative assistant, whatever they called them in the 1980s. But perhaps, maybe that's his girlfriend. Maybe he's not treating her poorly, or treating her as an object. Maybe that's really the love of his life. We'll find out later.
But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east. And Juliet is the sun.
Voice print, positive identification, 9-7. Freeman, Alec E.
So this secret underground lair, or meeting place, is very popular in the late 60s and early 70s. I mean, look at Batman. He had the Batcave, that was underground. Green Hornet, he had secret locations in his lairs where he stored his car. And I guess now in UFO, the series, they have an underground lair as well.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You're new here, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
You must have passed all the tests.
All of them.
I bet.
Yeah, well, regarding that secretary being his girlfriend, evidently not, because he's flirting with this girl too. Perhaps he's a 1980s version of a player. 80s version of a... My goodness, he's flirted with 3 women in less than 3 minutes. That must be a record. So the Shadow Organization also operates a base on the moon, where they can attack UFOs coming towards the planet that are going by the moon. Let's go ahead and see how they treat their women on the moon base. I mean, it's a much more professional place. They must treat them much better.
Status check. Target.
Affirmative.
Magnetic field.
Check.
Saturation density.
Green.
Resonator.
Affirmative.
Code.
Okay.
Displacements.
Go.
Filters.
Check.
Fluctuation.
Affirmative.
So you notice the men don't have to wear the purple hair wigs, only the women. And I assume the purple hair is so that they all look the same, so you're not like, oh, that one's prettier than that one because she has blonde hair and that other person has brown hair. They all have purple hair. They're all the same. But it's actually part of their uniform, that wig. Kind of silly, but yep, they're still treating women different than men, even on the moon. I wonder how far it goes.
Reflex.
Excuse me. Right. Shadow control for you, Lieutenant. Right.
Lieutenant Ellis.
Good morning, Gay. I think I might have some action for you.
Really? Oh yeah, that couldn't be taken 2 ways at all, could it?
think this is going to be for real. I'm going to take a break. I'll be back about 10:30. Okay.
Operational by 10:45 EET. Astronauts to be on standby.
Joanna?
Be right with you, Lou.
No hurry. I want to run a computer check on the interceptor systems in about 10 minutes. Hi, Gay.
Hello, Lou.
Do you think this could be it, Lieutenant?
Looks like it, Lou. An SST traveling at Mach 4 is a pretty tempting target.
Yes, but is that the only tempting target? That's my question. You notice the guys are wearing normal, like, flight suit types of things, but the women have all these tight-fitting clothes with short skirts and all that kind of stuff. Oh, you haven't seen the short skirt yet? Oh, it's coming. Why does she have to change her clothes just to go on a 15-minute break? Also, I mean, that whole segment was unneeded. But, you know, you gotta love the TV of the 60s and 70s, even if it's depicting a 1980 show.